welcome one and all to the K.O.E. Nation for another Rye review here at K.O.E. Nation on YouTube and Twitch. I am your King of Extreme Phil K.O.E., the Lord of the Scottish Highlands, the Baron of Bourbon, and one damn handsome man, if I do say so myself, joined by my indomitable broadcast partner, the one, the only,
Tony freaking G. Like, share, subscribe. What better way to have a Friday?
Ouch. Ow. That dad joke gives me a cavity. I'm sorry. Yeah, you've been holstering that one for a while. So, here on Rye Fridays, we're going to get into another Rye Tournament entry, the 32 Rye Tournament. And this one is Old Forester Kentucky Straight Rye Whiskey 100 proof. So, and it says nothing better in the market. So,
Okay.
Guessing that in there is how they can say that. So,
All right.
Are we ready for the cork pop?
We are. I'm ready. This is what I've been looking forward to.
There we go. It's a twisty.
I don't know why. Why?
It just depends. So, you know, hey, this is probably a hell of a lot cheaper than coming up with cork.
Well,
But
undoubtedly.
This is, believe it or not, even though it's a budget rye, this gets a lot of high marks from a lot of heavy hitters in the whiskey world. So
It does indeed.
let's see, and we're pretty big fans of Old Forester bourbon.
There's been nothing in the Old Forester line I haven't liked. I even like their standard 100 proof bourbon. I think it's a great bargain bourbon. I really do. Okay.
Sweet, but with a earthy.
It's got that standard rye nose, but not an invasive one. It's a very sweet and smooth smell.
I'm getting some earthiness there, just like smelling soil,
Yeah.
actually. But there's a sweetness on the front. You know, your standard rye almost wants to be kind of an apple green sweet.
It's like a velvety sweetness. Like a lavender. There's something there. A minty that I can't put my finger on.
Here's one.
Okay.
This is going to take a second.
Okay.
Okay. You've peeled the skin off of peaches.
Mm-hmm.
And you've let them turn just a small little bit.
Okay,
Just the skin off of a peach.
Okay, very
It's
specific.
turned slightly, but you know what I mean? It's got that like fuzzy, sweet, fruity, and that's where a lot of the esters like to hang out in a fruit is right there. So
Okay. No.
and esters show up in the distillation process of whiskey, and what a lot of people don't know is esters are the chemical that gives fruit its smell. So when people are like, I'm getting apple, or I'm getting this, or I'm getting that, that's the reason, is they're smelling the same esters.
Okay. I like it. This is a really nice nose. At 100 proof, I thought this was going to be a little stronger on the nose, but this is very inviting. Like, I'm pretty eager to taste this, so
I think we should.
let's do that. Ooh, spicy on the end.
Tart, too.
Oh, yeah. Oh. Never mind. It backhands you. Mm-hmm. It gave me a little smack, and then while I was like, oh, why'd I get smacked? I get backhanded. Oh.
Yeah.
Woo! Okay.
Not bad. Like,
That
this
nose
is a
does not match
the
taste.
Not at all. Because
Woo.
at first, it's kind of like almost like a Werther's, like butterscotch candy on the front. And then it gets very, very deep, very rich, spicy, and gosh, hard to describe. Yeah, there's a tartness to it, like almost like a crab apple.
Okay, yeah, that works.
Most people are gonna have no idea what I just said.
No, of course not. Yeah, the front is very, very reminiscent of the nose, but then, yeah, it's kind of a 1-2 punch combo at the end. Very tart on the end.
The second drink isn't nearly as
No.
hard and heavy on you as the first.
No, I really let the first drink wash around my mouth, though. And I just tried a quick sip, and it's much, much smoother that way. As it should be. I like the front a lot more than the back. But there's really nothing else in the middle. It's really just the soft, sweet front. Then it immediately kind of just jettisons you into that 1-2 punch on the back end.
Yeah, this is
Okay.
well done. Well done, Old Forester. This is a great rye that if you're going to start someone off on rye,
Yeah.
this would be a great
This is a good beginner rye.
So, Tony, this comes the hard part. The grading. We're going to grade this on a couple of 5-star scales. 5 meaning you must have it before you shuffle off this mortal coil. 0 meaning pass it on by. So, we're going to grade this as a rye, as a whiskey, as a cask-aged spirit, its shelving, and the secret 5th question. So, Tony, as a rye whiskey, on a 5-star scale, how would you rate this?
I'm going to say this is a 3.5-star rye whiskey because this is kind of what you expect. At least for me, this is like what I expect in terms of rye whiskey. Especially for 100 proof. I want to kind of be smacked around a little bit with the rye flavor, and it does that in the second half. I think it's unique that the front half's so soft, the nose is so super subtle and sweet. It's kind of all over the place in terms of what it brings to the table. So it kind of it takes you on a little bit of a journey. It's kind of all over the place and what it offers. So it's well enough done. It's 100 proof. It's a trusted brand. So yeah, 3.5.
Okay, I just wanted to get into the back here. In 1940, my great-grandfather Osley Brown acquired the Old Kentucky Distillery, and along with it, the Normandy Rye Whiskey brand. After 40-plus year absence, I am proud to introduce this historic rye recipe, which features our proprietary yeast, along with a mash bill of 65% rye, 20% malted barley, and 15% corn, creating a unique, spicy, and floral member of the Old Forester family. So with that mash bill in mind, it makes a little more sense.
Oh, yeah.
And as a rye whiskey, I'm going to give it 3.75. I think this is a great this is a proof of type for rye.
Okay.
Other than like a bullet or something like that, I'm trying to think of like what you would use to just introduce, hello, this is what rye whiskey is.
Yeah, this would be right up there with a bullet in terms of an introductory rye. There's really not a lot of other better representations. This kind of nails it on the head in terms of what a lot of rye is. So yeah, this is a good one.
I'm trying to think of what that middle flavor is.
Yeah, it kind of goes by so quickly though. It's hard to pinpoint.
So now we move on to as a whiskey. This is a wide world of sports. Put it up against all the scotches, all the Canadian whiskeys, bourbons, what have you.
I was gonna be a little less generous on that scale, but I'm thinking about we just said this would be a good beginner rye, but that goes into the rye category. But at the same time, we know that this is a good cocktailer because a lot of bartenders are using this as the rye cocktail. Yeah, so I'm going to go 3.5 again. I think it's a solid 3.5 in terms of a whiskey. It's 100 proof. It's a trusted brand. Yeah, this is, it might not be everybody's cup of tea, which is why I was hesitant to rate it higher at first. But no, as a base whiskey, this is exactly what you'd be looking for, maybe a little more. So 3.5.
Yeah, I was just looking on because this is the kind of whiskey I was almost expecting to find, and this is the kind of whiskey you can enjoy neat on the rocks or in a cocktail somewhere on the bottle. Is like,
yeah.
Thanks for letting me know what the only 3 choices are, but because this one's just a great basic one to me. I'm going to disagree with you, but only just.
Okay.
And again, I'm going to stick with 3.75. I think this is, again, like I was just given the joke, you could have it neat, on the rocks, in a cocktail. You could do some kitchen work with it, and it's not going to break the bank. You're not going to feel like you just, threw a bunch of money away. Yeah, I'm going to stick with 3.75. It's a good one, but it's just not quite to that. I'd like to see an age statement or an equivalent to their Whiskey Row series in different rye mash bills. Like, there's one that's like 95% rye, and then one that's 51% rye, and it's got a bunch of wheat in it, and all kinds of crazy stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I'd love to see that. Now, Old Forester, not really known for experimenting.
No.
No, they do what they do, and they like what they like, and they don't really move from it.
They could do that with this, though.
Oh, yeah, they definitely could.
Yeah.
But, hey, is what it is. So, we move on to cask-aged spirit. Now, this one does not say anywhere on it anything about an age statement. It just talks about how, this person's great-grandfather, the 40-plus years, and it's the story.
What are you thinking on this one? Because I'm conflicted.
2 to 5 years at most.
Yeah, that's probably fair. I don't even know if it's 5, honestly. I was thinking 2 to 4.
I'm giving myself a little room to be wrong, so somebody in the comments be like, "It's 4 years and 9.5 months. How could you? Sheesh, you don't know anything."
Yeah.
So I gave myself a little room, but
So it was a cask aged. Again, I'm conflicted. What do you think?
cask aged, I'm gonna give it your score throughout the night at 3.5.
Okay.
It's still damn good whiskey, but again, the majority of this shines through in its mash bill and just how it's generally put together in the distillation process.
I think you hit it on the head on the last scale, which is Old Forester doesn't like to experiment. They like what they like. They know what's good. Tried and true method is a tried and true method. There is a lot of room to play around with here, and I think they need to do just that because you could really get some unique flavors with, and that's proven in the Whiskey Row series. I think you're right. There needs to be some equivalents. There needs to be some more options. This is a great starter. They could do more. So, as a cask age, I'm gonna go 2.75.
Okay, all right.
I think they could definitely improve in some areas. Like being 100 proof, it's right where it needs to be with the finish, but that nose and that initial flavor, like there's a lot more that could be done there, and I think that there's some options. I'd really like to see them. Change my mind.
So, all right, we move on. To me as cask age, I'm gonna stick with 3.5.
Yep.
You're 2.75. Now we move on to shelving. Here's the interesting part, T. Where do you put this?
It's good. I like it. It'd be a good daily drinker rye. Bottom shelf.
It's unfortunate because like the juice inside would probably say, if you were doing it blind, people would probably say about a middle shelf.
Probably.
But the fact that this is so readily available, can be found relatively cheap.
Yeah.
It's a daily drinker. It's... Yep, that knocked it down significantly for you. Yeah, I'm gonna agree with you. Bottom shelf, but it's.
I wanted to give it middle, but
no.
it's a bottom.
We'll see what happens in the Rye Tournament to see if that proves us all wrong.
Indeed,
but
we have been surprised before.
God, have we ever? So the secret fifth question for those who do not know, Tony. What did this bottle cost you USD?
Standard price on this is anywhere from $20 to $25. I got it for a steal at $10. So,
when this bottle runs empty, will you seek another?
at $10, absolutely I would grab another bottle.
At 25.
No, not at 25.
Fair enough. To me, whether I pick up a bottle of this or not is going to depend on how it finals in the 32 Rye Tournament here at K.O.E. Nation. But I think beyond a shadow of a doubt, it has earned its place. There's no reason to need to pull this one. It's making it into the tournament, and we will see how it will fare, folks. So you're going to need to like, share, subscribe right here at the K.O.E. Nation to see all that. T, anything you'd like to say to the people?
Nope, this is a really good base. Old Forester. Don't be handcuffed to your ways too much. If you see this, and I know you will, play around a little bit. We'd love to see what you come up with here.
Well, folks, as I'm known to say around here, all that being said, thank you for joining us for this very special Old Forester Rye entry into the Rye Tournament. I am your King of Extreme, Phil K.O.E. You can find me at K.O.E Nation on YouTube and Twitch. You can find this guy over here, Revolutionary Wrestling Podcast on YouTube. Be sure to like, share, subscribe. I am Phil K.O.E. Folks, catch you around.
Smooths itself out.
Get back, tell you what I'll do. If I ever get back, I promise to refabricate you. Raging rivers of gold. That's what the brochure advertised. And now we're lost, we gotta take it down. Let you down slow, it's hard to survive.
Nice.
El Dorado. Oh, Lord. Well, let's see how that one went.
Yeah.